If you could get back all the money you spent on Gacha, what would you buy with it? All the money I've spent on Gacha since 2012. Not just Gachas. Let's include MMOs as well. I would say it's probably close to $200,000. Far more? No, it's probably around there. The peak of my spending habits was Genshin era. Because you have to remember, chat, I C6R5 nonstop. Obviously, I spend on more games now, but I don't do what I did back then. You guys don't remember, chat. Genshin's weapon banner was peak disgusting pig shit, and I just R5 nonstop all the time back then. Yeah. Those are peak spending eras. I'm never going to that. Like, my spendings have like dwindled compared to those eras. I would obviously put down a fat down payment for a house if I got all my money back. I saw some dude in China. They did like a full year worth 1.2 million yen. Oh, that's only $7,500. What? Whatever. Bro, that was like massive news, and I'm like, what? Oh, that's huge. But then it was only like fucking 8K. Only? Brother, that's like dolphin territory. Not even dolphin? You think not even dolphin? 8K is 8K. I'm not saying 8K is a little money, chat. Like, considering how big that post was getting, right? I thought it was going to be like a ton of money. Bro, that's a whale. 8K a year equals dolphin. So it's 7.5K, right? So that's $600 a month if you divide it out. No, that's a whale. That's a whale. That's a whale for sure. That's a whale. It would have to be a dolphin. I would consider to be like $100 a month. 100 or less. I would say it's basically like up to $100 a month is a dolphin. If you get past like 150, that's definitely like whale territory, you know? 100 is chump change. Whoa, we got a millionaire. $100 is chump change, eh? Hey, my PayPal's down below. Donate it up, baby. Let's see it. $1,200 a year on a game is kind of crazy. You say that? But think about it this way. If you were to get Battle Pass and Daily Pass, it's $20. Most people consider that to be like light spender, right? You do realize $20 a month over a year is still like 240 bucks. Like, you're pushing $300 on game. Oh, it's 15? Okay, so $15 a month, 180. That's not that bad, I suppose. But then, if it was $180 per year, and you've been playing Genshin for, we're nearing 6 years here, you would have, if you were a Battle Pass Welkin, Andy, since day one on Genshin, you would be at over $1,000 spent on Genshin Impact. Are you a free-to-play plus? Are you still low spender, quote unquote? That's like in 6 years, so it's still low. It is still low in terms of 6 years. Okay, well, let's say, okay, then by that logic, right? If I spent near 200K in 14 years, okay, that's still a lot. So that would put me at almost $1,200 per month for the last 12 years or 14 years. Oh my God, bro. Oh my God. Yeah, there's okay, hang on, hear me out. If we go free to play for the next 10 years, it would probably balance it out. Hold up. That would be 200,000 across 24 years, which would be $8,300 a year, which would rationalize to about $690 a month. That doesn't sound as bad. And then if I go free to play for another 10 years, that's 34 years, that would be $5,882 for less than $500 a month. Hey, if I go free to play from now on, chat, I'd be good, you know? You wouldn't last a week. Chat, you guys literally said that about me on CZN, and I lasted months. The only reason I can't be free to play on a lot of these games is because the developers asked me to pull on the character, right? And then even the ones that asked me to pull on the character, right? They literally say, oh, we'll what is it? Refund you the amount you pulled. But that doesn't change the fact that I still spent. Right? So like, what am I gonna do? I'm forced pay. I can't be free to play. I'm literally forced to not be free to play.
The real reason why you can't be free to play in these games is because you're a disgusting tourist who doesn't play the game. And therefore, you never have any pulls.
That's
you
not
free
true.
to play.
Hear me out. Me doing all the event pulls and all that still wouldn't keep me free to play because my luck is so shit. I would literally still have to pull. The canon event for every former free to play turning into a spender is just the evil system that is Gacha. I've told you guys, chat, I used to be a free-to-play. Long time ago. And then I had my canon event where I had enough. Oh, man, no attack percentage or damage percentage, but we'll take it. I had my canon event and it obliterated me. I remember my canon event. It was fucking Puzzles and Dragons, and I had saved all my currency. I was rolling for this character. I forget who it was. Either way, I was pulling for them, didn't get them, and then I ended up swiping. I had to swipe. I had to swipe because it was like really fucking good. All right, it was a big bump up from the previous like really strong teams. And then there was another incident. It exacerbated it. At that time, chat, I was a low spender. Okay, I was like, okay, $30 pack, boom. And then they had the monster points. The monster points had this thing where like you couldn't get this character outside of monster points. Basically, chat, can you imagine if NTE or one of these gacha games releases a character, but the only way to get the character is not even with rolling? You would need enough of this currency to buy the character in the shop. Can you imagine that? But like, here's the thing. The even bigger kicker is it wasn't a point system that pre-existed. It was a point system that they added. So you couldn't even had any currency stacked up. You would have to farm up the currency like now. So whales got to get the best character at that time immediately. And then if you're not whale, then you have to be like, fuck, guess I gotta keep playing and roll for months and months to get enough monster points for this. So what do? I drop $100, my first hundo ever. I get enough monster points after, okay, I dropped a little bit more than that. I get enough monster points. All right, imagine, I'm saving all this. I bought the copy. I'm like, let's go. I have Xiaomei. She was really good. You have to make crosses with the heart shapes to get multipliers. And you can make multiple heart-shaped crosses to fucking get multiple multipliers. And then you get big boom fire damage, right? Amazing. And then what do they do? Oh, did you just spend all that money to get this character? Oh, guess what? We're releasing something called Dark Athena. Yeah, that's right. Xiaomei's damage? Dark Athena does double that, if not triple that. And yes, it is again monster points. So here I spent all that money, all those monster points. I just spent it all to just get that character. And then they just released an even better one. That was when I quit Puzzles and Dragons. So you got scammed? Yeah, and you know what hurts me the most, chat? That story I just told you is about from 2013-14. Somehow, Satan is still up here at the top of the revenue charts. Somehow there's a bunch of slop eaters that are like, we love this. And then we have another Japanese ex-Sony CEO be like, Japan can never compete. Well, no shit, bro. Not only do these companies not want to make any better systems, the fucking Japanese people apparently just love it and keep spending. What do you mean they spent 11 million on a fucking glorified Bejeweled? Like, no shit, Sherlock. These motherfuckers just guzzle the fucking dog shit systems, and then Japan's like, oh, they must love it. But then they're surprised Pikachu face when the rest of the world doesn't love it as much. You played this though? I did, but I put my foot down and I was like, no more. And you know, look at me, I'm free now. You sound like a shonen villain. Well, I'm clearly not very intelligent because I went from Puzzles and Dragons to Fate Grand Order. And then Fate was where I spent more money than I'd ever spent on pad for one character with the Raikou incident. So you're the part of the problem? Chat, you can't call me part of the problem. Go back to 2013, 14, 15, 16, 17, around that era. There's nothing, man. These are the games that you had available. You had Fate Grand Order. You had Puzzles and Dragons. You had fucking Summoner's War. There is nothing anime adjacent, mobile game wise, that wasn't the most evil monetization on the planet. They were all Satan, man. Straight up. I remember, bro. I remember my first step into Grand Blue Fantasy. It was like 2018, something around there. It was a long ass time ago, right? And I was like, I came into Grand Blue Fantasy with the same approach as I did Fate. I was like, oh, I wanted this character. I should just, I think it was Alexio, her first rate up. That was the first time I was thinking of swiping on GBF. So here I am. I'm swiping on GBF. And then little did I know, it's the worst goddamn fucking gacha to ever swipe on, because Psy Games is made by fucking, like, the axis of evil. Kanko wasn't evil, brother. Nobody's playing a fucking, like, a literal... I can draw Kanko gameplay, okay? This is Kanko gameplay. Plain PNG. Wow! Shit! Cinema right there. That's peak video gaming. Like, legitimately, that was the gameplay, man. You can't convince me that I needed to play that. They like to collect PNGs. They don't care about gameplay. So as long as the characters look good, they really don't care. Yeah, but like, I wanted, you know, I think Fate was better than that, like easily. I think Fate characters look better, and the gameplay was at least definitely better than that. What do you think your lifetime spending on gacha is? It's a lot. It's definitely over 120K on gacha. But I spent a lot of money on MMOs too. Okay, now draw FGO gameplay. FGO's not as bad as that, okay? Hang on. Now you get your fucking characters here standing up. Okay, this is FGO gameplay. Fire blast! Fire blast! Boom! Monster dead! Background scrolls. Fire blast! Fire blast! Okay, next stage. Background scrolls to the next part. that's FGO gameplay. Now, obviously, you know, there's noble phantasms and all that, but I ain't drawing all that, all right?